Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast. With me, Matt. We have a Battle of the Bulge fight for you all. Let's go through the players. Representing the Americans, we have Hunter as Rifle Company, Mercury, I think, which is like a corrupted speech, as Ranger, and Scorch as Armor, as the United States move in to try and hold this town somewhere in the Ardennes or something, I don't know. And well, we have Eugen as Panther Tactics for the Waffen-SS, Professor as Ostdivision for the Wehrmacht, and Robertus as Panzerjäger Tactics for the Waffen-SS, representing the Axis, trying to push through the Americans here during the Battle of the Bulge. Now I need to remind you all that there'll be a Spearhead tournament starting the 5th of August on the Spearhead Discord. You can get access to it through the Spearhead Workshop page, which there's a link to in the description. Now let's focus on the battle. This is a fairly big map. I believe this is a vanilla map actually. I forgot what its name is though, but it's like one of the few big urban maps in the game. So I'm gonna expect a lot of house to house fighting. Because the echelons are quickly moving up to this building here. These Vox Grenadiers might be in trouble. And it looks like the Waffen-SS are going to be fighting down here in the room with the Panzerjäger tactics, while the Panzer is going to support the Ostdivision here in the center. The Americans will do very good though in this kind of environment with their CQC weaponry. Especially because we have the big red one on the field, the American Infantry Division. You also get the blue and grey, which is like a cheaper version of them basically. Which I don't think it's going to matter much because of the kind of terrain they're fighting in. With these ranges, it should be good just with a lot of automatic and semi-auto weapons. So the Waffen-SS is pulling out Kubelwagens in the northern front though. It's going to be Panzerjäger against Armor. That's actually going to be very good for the SS late game if they know what they're doing. Ranger in the center though and Rifle, that's going to be a lot of infantry. Already a lot of house-to-house fighting going on. I think technically the Americans should have the advantage here if they're using the M1 Garands, but they might not always be. Americans are taking the church, Storm Pioneers are rushing up probably to do a great assault. And so they are. Oh, and the M1 Garands go in here and that's a dead Storm Pioneer squad. I think. Wow, he might actually get out of there. Wow, he got out of there. That's lucky. And well, he has some American riflemen holding up this central building here. Very good building to hold. You can cover a lot of the road here. Looks like the Pioneers might be going in for Gewaltladung though. And they are. I don't know if those Americans riflemen are going to survive. Oh, they do though. The building is almost destroyed. Blue and Grey taking up position in the house. First SS moving from house to house too. You need to be careful, the Americans do have pineapple grenades. The pineapple grenade is a very powerful weapon. Oh, that's a good throw too! Ah, but the chair seems to have stuffed a lot of the fragmentation, so that's lucky for them. Verticals coming in for the United States now. See, we have some Osthopen for the... Oh! Fragmentation Grenade killed an American squad. Storm Grenadiers have to get out of there though. Osthopen has secured the central checkpoint of the roads. Meanwhile, more American infantry is coming in. Osthopen hold up in this building. And more Osthopen coming in here. After SS Grenadiers trying to get up to the line here from Fragmentation Grenades. Good one at that too. A cheaper unit that the Panzerjäger gets access to, rather than Sturm Grenadiers, and it seems like you've been utilizing that to get some more field presence. Looks like we have some Vox Grenadiers on with PPSHs. The Germans actually captured so many PPSHs, actually began modifying them to use German ammunition. That should kind of say something, because some of them have been directed here to the Western Front during the Battle of the Bulge, alongside these Eastern Europeans forced to fight for the Germans against the Americans, who they'd probably rather not be fighting. Throwing an X-shaped grenade. Germans still holding the north here. Looks like some grenadiers are gonna try and be brave and push across here. But I think all these riflemen will stop them once they get spotted. Yeah, the semi-auto weaponry for the Americans is just too much here. BAR riflemen in the central building here. Oh, we have Hitler Youth with flamethrowers. Very good choice in this kind of environment. Grenade going over the building, but it's landing in the house. But the Hitler Youth is like a perfect choice for this kind of map, because the Hitler Youth can be armed with flamethrowers, as you can see. Also looks like the flamethrower, the incendiary grenades have started to set the town on fire. I think you should probably invest in another Hitler Youth squad, personally. Machine gun here is being fed by a pineapple. Might be a dead 42. Yeah, that's a dead 42. I think the Americans might have snatched that. They did. Looks like an Untersturmführer has arrived for the Waffen-SS Panzer troops. Grenadiers going back to the front line. More SS Grenadiers presence. I'm getting Panzer Grenadiers, 17 SS Panzer Grenadiers. Very cool squads that I think is underutilized. This is probably one of the better Panzer Grenadier squads that the Waffen-SS commanders can get access to. Looks like the Germans managed to push through this area somehow. BAR suppressing the Volksgrenadiers out in the open. Vertical covering the other side though. We also have Ranger squads arriving onto the fields. Ranger squad here have been armed with double BARs. That's going to make them very effective. Mortar coming up for the Wehrmacht. Kampfkraftcenter being set up. Looks like it's being set up by all the players. Good to see the Kampfkraftcenter actually being utilized. Hitler Youth pushing upwards here with that flamethrower. Incendiary grenade coming over. There's this little housing block has been completely destroyed. Oh, that's not just a normal grenade, okay. Good grenade though, that's gonna keep the Germans at bay. Incendiary grenade going in. I think it was no, that's still a normal grenade. The blue and grey is gonna flank them here. But the flamethrower is helping the Waffen-SS Hitler Youth here survive. There's some artillery going in. This Ranger recon squad, they have to get out there, and they're dead. Panzer Grenadiers have been armed with the LMG-42. Let's see, LMG-42 100 rounds and a Panzerbüchse. I'm not sure how effective Panzerbüchse is against the Americans. But that's entirely up to your preference. I do love the design of the 17th SS's Panzer Grenadiers, because they have this wholly white uniform for winter conditions, which is really cool looking. I believe it's the Panzer Grenadier model from the base game. That's at least what I think it is. Looks like the Waffen-SS has set up a forward encampment down here. I guess it's a decent position, not too far away from the base. And they also set up a forward base here, which is going to allow them to call in the 20th SS, who I believe are the Russian SS. We've got the 3rd Infantry coming up here, armed with bazookas, drum magazine, Tommy guns, and various other things. MT-42 though, for the Americans, is working out well here. Looks like we have a Lieutenant here for the Wehrmacht holding up the center. As Ost, your Lieutenant is also a combat squad like Infanterie, so he's very useful to have the front line. Hitler Youth and the Waffen-SS is pushing up again. Yeah, double Hitler Youth with flamethrowers. That's a very good decision for this kind of map. Good to see it. Yeah, very dangerous. Looks like we have this first special service forces coming in. That's not something we see every day. These guys are elite American squads that will take out practically anything in a good fight. But they are commando squads, so they should not be expected to survive in frontline engagement for too long. They're best on the flanks or house-to-house fighting, as you can see. This fire support team of this first special force is doing a really good job. Grenade on the Hitler Youth. Yeah, well, the Waffen still holds the north here outside the town. Looks like there's not much fighting going on this flank. It's mostly down here near the church. First special service doing a good job here with the, I believe this is the Johnson. Yeah, they're using the Johnson machine gun. Puma riding for the Wehrmacht. Pioneers have been armed with a Flammenwerfer. So if he gets in that build, that's gonna cause trouble. Fortunately, the Pioneers are suppressed, allowing the Americans to chuck a pineapple in there and killing them. Anti-tank rifle grenade going in on the Puma, missing. Yes, the Waffen SS is still healing up. Oh, it's Estonian SS. Probably not a unit you would be seeing fighting on the Western Front, in all honesty. But we have Estonian SS on the field then. MT-34 being destroyed by the Johnson. Johnson, the special service team probably has to get out of that. I believe these guys are the predecessors to the Green Berets. So we have an assault team with a Johnson and assault team with Thompsons, and then we have a recon team here with a Springfield sniper rifle. We see out in the open, even special forces don't do well. Now the Estonians is actually doing pretty good here, but they are getting cut down by the Johnson now over time. And the special service team is just too accurate with their gunnery skills. Also Rangers in here. Look like the Ostrup are holding up though, trying to do their best. Looks like Grease gun rifleman is gonna come in on the flank here. Who has been recruited? Egg grenade going in.
We are suffering losses.
But the Puma might survive. The German position is in peril though by the Storm Grenadiers are trying to hold the special service at bay. So we have a little bit of engagement up here, or just some riflemen standing around. The SS don't know they're there, I assume. Where's the 17 Panzer Grenadiers? They're here. Very good squad, but they've not seen too much action yet, I assume. Strong Grenadiers have been MP40s, a good choice in the environment. Special service pushing up. They might want to intensify and satchel charge it, but they might... Yeah, there's too much in the way. But they hit the youth with a flamethrower, they'll definitely rethink that. They need to get rid of that rifleman squad though, and it looks like the Hitler Youth are making the move across the road. Throwing an incendiary grenade on the building. Storm Grenadiers are trying to push across. But they're being suppressed by the BAR. Puma is still holding up here. Panzer Grenadiers being flanked. Throwing in a grenade though. Lieutenant might need to pull back. Americans are pulling back and the Germans still hold the forward base here, but they've lost a lot of men. More Hitler Youth are being called in. It's cool to see the first special service being used though.
We got a rifle squad waiting for orders.
Well, looks like we have some stormtroopers here in the same kind of uniform for the Panzerjäger tactics. They can be armed with Panzerfaust if you're playing as Panzerjäger, which normally they don't get access to. Normally they only have the Panzerknacker. So, very dangerous stuff. Looks like flamethrowers are being handed out quite liberally to the Hitler Youth. Stolen MG42 opening fire in the pack. High explosive going in. Making that house catch fire. Oh, this Ranger's not doing too well actually out here in the open. Or at least in this kind of position. So many squads are dying to American grenades though. Understone free here for the Panzerjäger tactics. Ah, they're using pineapple rifle grenades. Oh, that's dangerous. Oh, and I missed it, but a satchel charge from the special service destroyed the forward encampment by the Panzer tactics, so they have to pull back. They have called in a command, Panzer F1 though. Looks like people are not liking this line of sight fences, but that's just what line of sight is. That's the true sight system.
We are losing Soldat.
What should be calling the special service? Needs to get out of there. Oh, they're moving forward instead. Very brave of them. But they are good. They are some of the best infantry the United States have access to. And I think that kill counts here is starting to show for it. But I don't think they have anything to deal with a tank. And they're not armed with bazookas or anything. Recon squad still taking shots with the Springfield sniper.
Sherman ready. Crew, stand ready.
Looks like Americans are pushing through the northern front too. And a rifle pineapple going in. Ooh, doing a lot of damage. Looks like we have an Ost Division sniper on the field from the Wehrmacht. Taking shots down here in the ranges. Well, he's already gotten quite wounded in all honesty. Americans are threatening the southern field though, so the Mthis is in jeopardy.
Valiant assault is now at hand. The troops await your command.
Reaction will not do well against all these troops. Good pineapple though. I think this recon squad might be in trouble. Yeah, he might be dead. Oh well, they do have smoke for a smoke thing to fall back. But Understorm is chasing. They have another smoke dropping and an A2 coming in, dropping smoke actually. And above this is need to find some way to stop. Oh, high explosion shot right there, killing the Untersturmführer. Good flanking shot there from the F1. Oh, it's been armed with high explosives only. So I guess he got the Thunder Run upgrade. That's gonna make the Sherman very dangerous against infantry. And that makes them very vulnerable there, but the F1 saves them. And it's actually recoverable, so if they get some Sturm Pioneers, they could actually recruit that thing. It might have just been range for repairs if they just grab it, so they could get a Beutepanzer in this time of need. Sturmgewehrs being handed out to the SS Grenadiers. There might be too many Americans at this point. Oh, we actually see Osthofen being armed with the extra man. Good to see. And one extra squad member should not be underestimated. Storm Grenadiers here for the Ost Division. But I think there's fighting too many special elite troops down here. Yep, Beutepanzer is being recruited. He could probably just actually order it to halt. And they'll get repaired. Yep, good to see. And the first special service is lacking in oh, good anti-tank rifle grenade actually did something. These It's just trying to delay the Sherman being completely operational by the Germans. But I think that Beutepanzer is going to be very useful for the Germans. That's because it's armed with high explosives. Stuke's arriving for the northern front here. Stormtroops and Panzergrenadiers moving to get in their winter uniforms. Central front is just being dug in here by the non-essentials, I suppose. And Beutepanzer Sherman is now ready to move. Beutepanzer is essentially being the term used by any tank that the Germans kind of captured and used on the battlefield from the other sides of the war. There's a 76 Sherman though. Kuma down to the 76. Like armor piercing being loaded on the Sherman. 76 Sherman will lock down the area though, I think.
Stand by! Order! Prepare yourselves!
It's not looking good for the Wehrmacht and Mthis though. The Americans are slowly pushing further and further up. Strong Grenadiers moving northwards here, armed with MP40s and PPSHs. There might be too much fire going in on all flanks here. But the Sherman present armed with high explosive.
Under fire and see promotion. Send over. Gun mounted. Tank ready. Good shot. That got him.
Strong Grenadiers have to pull back. I think the F1 is going to cut it.
Standing by. Ready. Relay orders.
Panzer F1 is doing its best, but I think there's too much fire here. Yep. The special service just allows the Shermans to have really good infantry support.
Target capture. Incoming. Contact. Target destroyed. Keep it up.
Looks like someone is not keen on the map.
We just lost a medium tank.
Yeah, the Americans have been very aggressive, and the Americans are a really good scale in faction. But it's just good to see the first special service even being used. They actually affected the battle a lot, I think. But out there in the open, they're not going to do that well. Yeah, you don't want to risk losing them, they are expensive.
Under fire.
Oh, they actually got friendly fired by the Sherman there. Oh, that's not good. That's a dead recon squad. It's because it's attack grounding for some reason. Stuki has been armed with high explosive shells. It's like a house is specific by the Ost Division, providing support for the Southern Mthis flank. Panzer 480 arriving too for the Wehrmacht. Biardo is just cutting down everything. Sherman is pushing upwards. Asuka going out here, hitting the F1, hitting the Panzer 4H, but destroyed by the Stuke. Oh, that's an expensive loss there. Sherman being flanked by the Mthis.
Infantry group are lost. Taking fire. Scout vehicle ready.
Oh, it's not looking good here.
Orders. Secure the vehicle. Location set. Begin conversion.
Germans are losing a lot of their stuff. Heavy artillery going in for the Americans too. Yes, the Americans are showing the Germans some fire superiority today.
Orders.
Let me just check. Am I recording? Just to be safe. I am. Good. Just making sure. It would be a shame if I hadn't recorded any of this. think this howitzer might be in trouble. Oh, Lieutenant got hit by the artillery shot. Howitzer's in trouble though. It's been decrewed. Panzerjäger spawned in. Panzerschrecks will do a good job here. One good shot in to destroy the Sherman though, thanks to the bulldozer blade. Special service keep threatening the front line though for the Germans. 76 German. Osthofen have been ordered to recruit a howitzer. Rangers is just staying in wait for the Stuk, but the Stuk is armed with high explosives, so it will deal with infantry pretty competently. Command Sherman in trouble. One good panzer hit. Second shot missed though.
Prepare yourselves. I need distant ready. Direction of contact.
Jagdpanzer coming out for the Panzerjägers. Was that the Panzer tactics will try to take up again? They probably need to.
Supply half track is in action.
Second Panzer 4H coming out. Rangers pushing northwards here. With the officers of all things. Looks like we have a Jumbo coming up too. Threatening the Stuk. Ooh, engine burning on the EC8. Not on the EC8, on the Jumbo, but the Stuk is down. There's a Jagdpanzer in the field though, coming soon I think. There it is. Panzer 4H here at the flank.
Rear echelon squad ready for action.
One more Sturm Grenadiers are arriving to try and replace the losses, I suppose. Yeah, Eugene doesn't have a lot left. Panzer IV is doing a really good job here supporting the SS. Wehrmacht Leutnant pushing up too with MP40s. Hitler Youth and Sturm Grenadiers working together. Ah, he's actually got his Kampfkraft Center upgrades pretty well done. That's good to see. Because the Americans might actually lose some ground here. Oh, he's using the Oculista salvage. Very smart. That's actually a good way of getting resources late game. Yeah, not bad. And well, the Jagdpanzer's firing high explosives. Overshot hit the building. Didn't do much damage inside. Second Panzer 4H though. So the Ostdivision is going to handle a little bit of the basic German Panzer presence, at least until the Waffen's Panzer tactics can get operational again. Aufklar sneaking about. Ranger Lieutenant moving upwards here. Sturm Grenadiers pushing up with their automatic weaponry. He's going for the Lieutenant. That might be a bad idea. Yeah, he's getting mowed down by the BAR.
Infantry squad has been killed.
And while the SS is slowly securing the south again. More Shermans are being prepared by infantry though, and a lot more of the special service has been is called in. Holy shit. That's a lot of special service forces. Even a mortar. Jumbo present. Probably one of the tanks that can fight the German tanks here head on without any trouble. Panzer IV is going for a shot. Hit the building, not the tank. Jagdpanzer is going for a flanking shot though. Good shot from the Jagdpanzer. But the fight continuing down south here. Mthis is pulling back again. Can I keep fighting like this? Oh, Blitz is in trouble. Command Panther has arrived though. Exceptionally powerful command vehicle for the Mthis Panzer commander. Getting a Panther that can also serve as an officer is always a good thing. But he might get too close to the 76s. But the gun will have no issue penetrating them. That's a bunch of dead Shermans. I think the Panther should probably pull back for some repairs though. You don't want to risk losing a command Panther. Good Hitler Youth Squad. Sorry I'm focusing so much on that flank, but it's just so much action's happening down here. With stuff you don't normally see. Hitler Youth versus the first special service and everything. Oh, high explosion there from the 8-2 killing the Hitler Youth Squad. Command Panther has to get repaired quickly. Well, it looks like the Americans are gonna move up here for a kill. Yeah, they're going for the other base building.
We've lost a squad of infantry. The enemy has cut our supply chain.
He needs to be careful though. Ooh, smoke shot on the Panther, smart. German tech building down.
Mechanized regimental HQ has been destroyed.
They're looking good here for the Panther tactics. But the command Panther will do a lot to affect the battle. Fortunately, the German has rebuilt some of his buildings in the back here. Panzer IV veteran coming up here, being armed with a Panzer commander. Jagdpanzer pulling back for repairs, I assume. Jumbo's gearing up in the center of town. Lots of Shermans have been lost by the rifle company. They're mostly just relying on the first special service now. Very interesting thing. Double Hitler Youth coming out.
Combat unit ready.
Ostruppen for the Germans. Yeah, for the Germans. EC8's coming up for the Americans now. The premier and best form of the Sherman. Like, that thing will definitely be a threat to the Panther if utilized correctly. So the first special service without show up on the minimap, so yeah, that's gonna be a problem as he advances. But because this fire support team has a vertical. They're just mowing down these Hitler Youth. But they are fanatics, and they will fight to the last. Like the crazy bastards they are, indoctrinated sods. Indoctrinated boys. Looks like we have a... Oh! Artillery going in here on the German base. They wanted to try and get rid of that Jagdpanzer, I guess. Germans still have a field presence in the north, but mostly because the American armor company is not really pushing yet. Mostly building up its armor presence. Panzer IV moving out. Having been out with LMG 42 instead. Is that 42? Yeah, that's it, it's a 42. Okay, that's actually very potent on the top. And since the first Special Force have barely any AT support, it's gonna be a problem. Oh, but the 76 got a good shot here on the Panzer. Panther firing. Yeah, looks like he fell for... Someone fell for a fake barrage, I guess. Panther is becoming veteran though, and the more veteran the Panther becomes, the more problem it's going to become for the Allies. Panzer 4J being called in for the Panzer tactics.
Stand ready! God damn it! Someone get us out of here! Listen up!
Cap moving northwards.
Infantry in force! Under attack! Enemy infantry!
Panzer is pressing him with the LMG-42. Artillery being called in though.
Men are focused on trending! Americana! Infantry assaulting!
Lots of Eastern Europeans dying here for the Germans.
Get ready! Hands up here! Ready for action!
Command Panther moving forwards again.
Send orders!
I think it will really come down to how the Germans utilize this thing and how the Americans deal with it. Because the Command Panther is a very potent force. Panzer 4J in the field here.
Execute orders!
EC8's pushing northwards now. Looks like good thing they have a Jagdpanzer. Also, we have a Jagdtiger coming in. Oh boy, this is like the heaviest anti-tank vehicle in the game, I think. Actually, I think the Soviet ISU-152 might be a little bit bigger. But like, this is still very good. It's the heaviest one Germany gets access to. It's even heavier than the King Tiger. That should say something. Panzer 4A's doing a good job here, but the recoilless rifle and bazooka destroyed the Panzer 4H there.
The enemy has broken our supply lines. Enemy fire! Roof ready! Infantry! Capture incoming! American infantry! Send orders!
The Man Panther has to be very careful where it stays. And also where it opens fire on. You see it's pushing northwards here. Jagdpanzer will try to hold them. The Jagdpanzer should do a good job frontally. It is kind of its purpose. He should not move closer though. The closer you move, the higher penetration chance the enemy gets. But he's killing the EC8s one by one. Sherman tried to flank the Command Panther. I almost got it. Wow, I nearly missed that. Holy shit, that was like a big move. Jumbo's heading southwards. I think this Panzer J is in trouble. Oh boy, this is some big stuff. Panzer J getting dazed at the first shot. And down. Command Panther is in big trouble.
Standing by. Send orders.
Oh god, he's gonna get targeted. Main gun gone. Main gun done for. Oh, they are gonna corner him. There's no threat to anyone, it has no gun. It has called the artillery though to try and buy some time.
Receiving effective fire.
Oh, the frontal armor on the Panther is just holding! Holy shit, there we go!
We have lost contact with a heavy tank.
Looks like American heavy artillery going on the north.
Armor ready.
Covering barrage.
Be ready.
The southern German flank is in jeopardy.
Ready. Send.
Another Panzer 4J being called in.
Jagdtiger ready.
Well, the Germans barely have any territory left.
We have lost a squad.
Pack coming up for the Mthis and Panzerjägers are amassing. Pack 88 trying to be set up. They have a plan to do it anyway. High Explosive took out the pack crew. Panzer 4J in the fields. Now we just got something to drink here. Yeah, the Panzer 4J is not going to do much against those Shermans.
Medium
Artillery going in on the base now.
Taking fire from Sherman!
All the Germans just threatening the German base. Eugene calling NC. Oh god. Looks like the Yak Tiger and the Yak Panzer. The Yak Panzer got destroyed, the Yak Tiger got immobilized by something big heavily up north. I completely missed what it was though.
Prepare. Pioneer Group is ready for action.
Oh, and the more Germans being cut down.
Forward elements report an infantry unit lost.
Pershing arriving to the Americans soon. Howitzer being used with direct fire. Looks like the Yak Tiger will be operational again now.
Our brave infantry is dying.
War Hitler, you've been castled. They have nothing. We can't hold them. They need something to try and do something. But I think at this rate it's kind of impossible unless something miraculous happens for the Germans. The Germans are just pushing up aggressively. Looks like the Panzerjägers are moving southwards. They actually have been armed with elite training. So they will be very competent at that job. They just need to hit. It's just very hard to hit with a Panzerjäger over that long range. Mthis' base is completely gone. The Americans push into the German base. Looks like the Hitler Youth will pull off a Panzerknacker. Yep, they will actually pull off a Panzerknacker. Ah, but I didn't destroy the Sherman. Stuk is trying to hold the front though. And Germans just keep pushing. German base being artilleried. Jagdtiger is trying to drive backwards. It might need to relocate to the southern flank quickly at this point.
We've lost a squad of infantry.
Looks like it is. That's gonna allow the Americans on the other flank to push up. That's where the Panzer Grenadiers come in. And the Jagdtiger is heading southwards. Oh, this is a cool battle, by the way. I love to see all the weird stuff going on, but the Germans are fighting to the last by the looks of it. Jagdtiger's gonna take his first shot. It didn't penetrate the Jumbo! And the Jumbo is very heavily armored.
Our HQ is under attack.
There we go, one Jumbo down. And that 76 might be in trouble. Oh, overshot.
Enemy fire!
76 down. Jagdtiger is starting to get kills. Looks like the Mthis' Panzerjäger is still holding on until being called in on the Jagdtiger.
Mechanized regimental HQ has been destroyed. A mobile command vehicle has been dispatched. Alert! Enemy infantry!
A very brave Sherman right there. He tried to pull a Fury. But that's against the Tiger tank, not a Jagdtiger with Stroop support.
Tank support is here.
Easy 8 down. Oh, well, Jumbo down, I rather. Jagdtiger is just one-shotting everything. Pershing is pushing Ruin off, though. That's good. Just do a Panzer Strike if he gets too close. Well, Panzerfaust, rather. My bad. Oh, artillery, though.
We have lost contact with a heavy
Jagdtiger can't be everywhere at once. It's been a brave attempt by the Germans, but they will not be able to survive, I think. The Americans could just push in with everything they have. The Jagdtiger would not be able to hold back all this. What's really being called in too? Americans are just continuously shelling the German position. I personally also think the Wehrmacht Pioneers should become something more of a combat unit rather than just purely engineers. That's just my opinion, because Pioneers were actually quite elite assault troops. Kind of like what the SS Sturm Pioneers are. That's kind of the whole point of them, being like some kind of assault troop. That's just my opinion. And the Panzerjäger tactics is still just holding on somehow. I don't know why. There's nothing left they can do. Very little they can do.
headquarters under attack.
It's like sector artillery going in here.
Crew, get ready. Completed. Standing by. Be ready.
Americans just need to push in on what they have. They have the stuff to overrun it. But I think they're being too timid.
Fire on that infantry.
More artillery going in. Oh, and the Jagdtiger is immobilized! They can quickly get prepared. But the Shermans are gonna move in. They need to get the tracks of the Jagdtiger fixed quickly. Oh no, the Americans are being timid. And the tracks are repaired. Oh, well, now they are not repaired again. American artillery is being very relentless. Alright, we had to get some 25th Panzer Grenadiers on the field. Wish we could have seen more of them. But now they're arriving. Oh, but they're gonna get cut down. All the special service is just being too much. What's making the Americans take so long? They have the stuff to just push in. They might be going for it now. Looks like the experience thing is kind of bugged if you don't actually recruit them directly. At least I think so. What happens when the upgrade is done here? They didn't get any experience, so you might need to have your HQ operational.
Crew ready.
Okay, here comes the Americans for the killing blow. Finally. Took them long enough.
Ready for action. Armor here. Ready. Go ahead. Taking hits.
Surrender, we've got you surrounded. Yeah, the Americans are gonna go in for the kill. This Jagdtiger is gonna have to be very, very careful. Jagdtiger is turned to face the northern flank. Americans should try and push for the other flank. Because the Jagdtiger is the only real threat to them, I think. One other penetrating shot in his front somehow. Oh, it's being penetrated still! Holy shit, that's lucky by the Americans. It's not easy to penetrate the front of a Jagdtiger. The Americans just need to pull... Are they gonna long-tom the base? I think they are. American fire superiority, everyone.
Headquarters under attack. Send over.
Yeah, and more Americans moving in for the killing blow. They still need to get rid of this Jagdtiger. This Jagdtiger is everything the German flank is holding. There it goes! Ammo cooked off! And there we go, the Germans surrender after that. I hope you all enjoyed this battle of the bolt themed battle. And I'll see you all next time, everyone. Bye bye!